From KETK News, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back. Pamela Phoenix joins us once again. We understand even another virtual town hall again this week. Before we talk about that one, tell me how last week went.
Whew. Last week was overwhelmingly successful and productive. The time just went by too quickly, and we've had over 13,000 views. So it really was a blessing. The conversation and the dialogue was awesome. We had so many questions from the public that we couldn't go through all of them, but we emailed them to the city and law enforcement, and we've gotten the responses back that we will be posting on the website today.
What was kind of the theme, would you say, last week?
Really diverse.
Yeah.
A lot of compassion, a lot of information from the chief. Chief was awesome, extremely transparent and forthcoming and just ready to really work with community.
And last week, kind of the theme we know is race relations with law enforcement. So how is this week going to be different? Well,
last week was race relations with law enforcement. With the perspective basically being government and specifically on the George Floyd murder.
Right.
This one is the same, but it's from the church's perspective. What role does the church play? And we know the church as a unit has the ability to get information out to the community. They are pretty much the best resource. So now we want to talk to the clergy and get their responses to these issues.
Now, some big changes have happened in the Floyd case since you came on this time last week. Do you think that justice has been served with the George Floyd case at this point?
No, I don't.
Why is that?
I don't, because I believe that, if this were a case with regular individuals, or if African-American individual had killed another and they had several people, all of them would be with the same charge. They would receive the same charge, and this there's a disparity in this.
So you think the officers that were standing by
yes,
should have
the same charge. And I don't care if they've just been on the job for 4 days. They've gone through the police academy.
Another thing, I know that it was a topic of discussion over the weekend. Breonna Taylor had what would have been her birthday, and still none of the officers have been charged in her case yet. We're seeing those Buffalo officers charged seemingly overnight. What do you think about the current stance of that case?
That really shows the disparity across the nation, and I believe from a national standpoint there should be some stipulations that need to be, and I understand that the states and the counties have their own ability to provide their policing and policies, but I believe from the national level there should be some demands specifically on law enforcement.
Speaking of across the nation, we've seen in the past week several Confederate statues either being taken down or vandalized until they're taken down. And there's a petition going on right now here in East Texas to have the name of Robert E. Lee High School changed, and that was visited, I believe, a couple years ago by the school board and here locally. But this petition, as it's resurfaced, has 5,000 signatures as of news time.
Yes,
do you see that happening here?
Again, that's a very controversial topic, especially when it comes to, high schools and individuals having that emotional, that emotional tie to a name that they've been, graduated from. But again, we need to look at racial disparity across the board, whether it's in the name of a school, whether it's excessive force, whether it's discrimination. We need to address it. It needs to be changed, and it needs to be enforced.
And the protests here locally have been going on with pretty solid turnout for more than a week now.
Yes.
How does that make you feel about, the show of unity here in Tyler?
That makes me feel excited, especially because it's spearheaded by a lot of young people. And not this next coming week, but on the 25th, we will be doing a virtual town hall that's a chat with the millennials. So we need to hear their voice because they're really on the move. We need to keep them supported and encouraged and just talk.
I've seen a lot of people talking on social media, just kind of appreciating the momentum that's carried through, that this hasn't fizzled out here locally. I think that's what makes a lot of people think some change will happen this time around. Where can people submit their questions, same as last time?
Yes, Let's Talk Tyler at gmail.com, or they can inbox the Let's Talk Tyler Facebook page. And we do need questions.
Pamela, thank you so much for coming on again, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, dear.
Coming up.